Inaasahan po namin ng patuloy na briefing ng pag-asa po para makaplano ho kami na maganda kung paano makatulong sa mga lokalidad at paano po makahanda itong mga lokalidad nito sa lalong madaling panahon.
Opo, asahan niyo po na magbibigay po kami ng update as necessary and continuous po yung monitoring natin.
Salamat po, Doktor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much again, Dr. Esperanza. Trailing next on our agenda is a presentation of the updates on the combined effects of Typhoon Egay and Southwest Monsoon, to be presented by Director Cesar M. Idio, Director of the Office of Civil Defense Operations Service.
Mr. Chairperson, members of the task force, on behalf of our Civil Defense Administrator, USEC Nepomuceno, I'll be briefing you about the updates on Tropical Cyclone Egay and Southwest Monsoon that is currently being monitored by the National Disaster Risk Reduction Management Operations Center. My presentation will cover 3 topics, but inasmuch as the first topic was already presented by Pag-asa, I'll be focusing on the effects and actions taken. Next slide. So on the effects, the next slide will show the tropical cyclone Egay and Southwest Monsoon and its effects on the population and environment. Shown is the total number of related incidents in regions Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Region 5, and Region 7. 16 landslide or rain-induced in regions Calabarzon, Mimaropa, 5, and 6. 108 flooded areas, of which 33 have subsided and 17 receding in regions 1, 3, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, 5, 6, and 12. 5 soil erosion incidents in regions Calabarzon, 6, and 8. 4 fallen tree incidents in regions 1, Mimaropa, and 6. And 4 strong winds incidents in region 6. Shown is the total number of affected population. There are 261 barangays, 44,356 families, or equivalent to 180,439 persons affected, of which 2,324 families, 8,917 persons are being served inside 107 evacuation centers, and 472 families, or 2,124 persons, are outside evacuation centers in regions 1, 3, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, 5, 6, 10, and 12. A total of 107 evacuation centers are open. Shown in the next slide is the total number of casualties in region Calabarzon and 6. But these are yet to be validated. 1 person died in flash flood incident in Cardona, Rizal. 1 person was injured in a flash flood incident in Cardona, Rizal. And 1 person was injured after getting hit by falling rocks in a soil erosion incident in Nabas, Aklan. Shown is the status of lifelines. Let me start with the status of roads. A total of 46 road sections and 3 bridges were affected. Below is the current status of affected road sections and bridges as shown. On the status of power, a total of 51 cities and municipalities were affected. Below is the current status of power supply as shown. On the status of water supply and the status of flights, Pandan, Catanduanes in Bicol region reported water interruption on 24 July 2023, 5 a.m. A total of 30 domestic flights were canceled in regions 1, 2, NCR, CAR, Mimaropa, and 5. The breakdown of affected cities and municipalities are as shown on the table. On the status of seaports, a total of 97 seaports were affected in regions 2, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, 5, 6, and 8. and the breakdown of affected seaports are as shown. On damaged houses, a total of 57 damaged houses, 8 totally and 49 partially, are reported in regions 1, Calabarzon, 6, 10, and 12. On suspension of class and work, 314 cities and municipalities suspended classes, while 208 cities and municipalities have suspended works. A total cost of assistance is at 1.45 billion pesos provided by DSWD, LGUs, and NGOs. To apprise the members of the task force on the preparedness measures, pre-positioning, and actions taken by the Ndrrmc or the task force, the next slide will be explained in detail. Shown is the total number of preemptive evacuation. About 2,478 families or 8,316 persons were preemptively evacuated. And this data came from the ILG Codex as of 25 July 2023. On the conduct of Pre-Disaster Risk Assessment or PDRA, on 21 July and 22 July 2023, PDRA Analyst Group and PDRA Core Group conducted Pre-Disaster Risk Assessment. Shown is the activated EPR protocols. As shown on the screen, there are several regions who activated Charlie protocols, namely CAR, regions 1, 2, 3, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, 5, 6, and 8, while Region 9 activated Bravo protocol, regions NCR activated Alpha protocol, along with Region 10, Caraga, and BARM, while regions 11 and 12 activated standby protocol. The meaning of the standby, Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie protocols are as shown on the right corner of the screen. On actions taken by the Ndrrmc or the task force, shown are the actions taken starting from 19 to 23 July 2023. The Ndrrmc memorandum was issued, namely Memo 73, related to the preparations for the low pressure area east of northwest or northeast of Giwan, Eastern Samar on 20 July 2023, and Memo number 74, maintaining Ndrrmc Blue Alert status in connection with Tropical Depression EGAI. Memo number 75, regarding raising alert status of Ndrrmc to Red Alert status. Memo number 76, regarding emergency preparedness and response protocols. And Memorandum number 77, regarding activation and standby status of response clusters in connection with Tropical Cyclone EGAI on 22 July 2023. Shown on the screen is the continuation of the actions taken by the task force. There are 42 emergency alert warning messages issued, such as storm surge warning, tropical cyclone warning signal, and red and orange rainfall warning. These are the action photos at the Regional Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council. So shown on the photo is our SILG, Secretary Abalos, being given briefing here at the OPSEN related to updates on Tropical Cyclone EGAI. Shown is the breakdown of the efforts undertaken by the different response clusters. So let me discuss them briefly, clockwise. On food and non-food items, the standby funds and prepositioned relief and stockpile amounts to 2.67 billion pesos from DSWD and OCD, and a cost of about a cost of 1,049,000, a cost of food and non-food items assistance provided coming from DSWD and LGUs. On emergency telecommunications, 630 emergency ICT equipment and resources are available and ready for deployment from DICT, AFP, PNP, OCD, and PCG. On health cluster, available logistics for augmentation is placed at 78.55 million pesos. On law and order, 8,182 personnel and 1,406 assets are placed on standby. On logistics cluster, there are 2 assets deployed. On resources, on standby, there are 376, of which 18 are air. Yes, sir. 223 land and 135 sea assets. On search, rescue, and retrieval, there are 188 SRR personnel deployed from PNP and BFP in regions Mimaropa, Calabarzon, and CAR. There are 19,721 SRR personnel deployed on standby, or on standby. And on CCM and IDPP cluster, 921 families or 3,211 persons were served inside evacuation centers, in which 51 evacuation centers are in regions 2, 3, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, 6, 7, and 12. For the OCD's standby funds and prepositioned relief stockpile, from the OCD Central Office, a total cost stockpile preposition amounts to 116.7 million pesos, and a total QRF standby fund amounts to 406.89 million pesos, and there are 181.69 million pesos QRF from fiscal year 2023, and a continuing QRF fiscal year 2022 of 225.2 million pesos. For the OCD's standby funds and prepositioned relief stockpile, these are the list of prepositioned relief stockpile at the central office and regional offices as shown. For the DSWD's standby funds and prepositioned relief stockpile, a total of 173.72 million pesos standby funds are in the central office and field offices. Of the said amount, 98.86 million pesos is the available quick response fund in the central office. A total of 1,270,679 family food packs amounting to 837.26 million pesos, and other food items and non-food items amounting to 1.16 million pesos. So, Mr. Chair, that ends my presentation. For the detailed information on the latest updates on this incident, you may also refer to our NDRRM monitoring dashboard for your reference. The data may be accessed by scanning the QR code in this slide. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Director Idio. Mr. Chair, with your indulgence, the floor is now open for any concerns or inquiries the body might have from the presentation.
Mr. Chair, just to report from the DNR-MGB, we are currently monitoring 12 rainfall-induced landslides in CAR alone. one in Mountain Province and the rest in Benguet. And so this landslide risk monitoring is actually part of our MGB mandate. So we'll continue to update the group po as we receive the reports from the field. We also would like to report that we have been in touch with the private sector partners of the DNR and that they have committed technical expertise, equipment, and manpower in the event that it be required. We have commitments from Lepanto, Benguet, Oceana Gold, and Ilagan Water in Isabela. So this would be on call po for the OCD and the RMC should they be required in terms of the site response. Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Secretary Loizaga, for the report. I also hinihikayat po natin ang lahat ng miyembro ng media kung nakakatanggap po tayo ng impormasyon dahil umaasa din po tayo sa ating mga local disaster risk reduction units na baka wala pong oras na mag-report sa atin. Kung pwede, ipaabot din po dito para mas accurate po ang salinan natin ng impormasyon at mas maganda po ang pagre-responde natin lahat. Kaya hinihikayat po natin ang lahat na wag lang hong fake news sana, no? Yung tunay na report po na makakatulong po ng labis po sa ating lahat. So, thank you, Secretary Loizaga. Thank you for that. At ito, nakikita din po natin ang corporate social responsibility at pag-uugnayan ng private at public sectors hinggil sa disaster response, no? Maliban pa ito sa preparasyon. So, let's continue with the, unless, yes, USEC Ariel.
Thank you, sir. For the information of the task force, sir, just to emphasize, meron tayong mahigit 300,000 family food packs na handa at naka-preposition kung kakailanganin dun sa mga naapektuhang mga lugar. Yan available, bukod pa dun sa ipinaghanda ng DSWD, sir.
Thank you, USEC Ariel. To our Vice Chairperson, Secretary Benher Abalos, I turn over the floor to our Co-Chairperson.
Thank you so much, Chairperson Secretary Gibo Chodoro, at sa aking mga kasama sa kabinete, fellow public servants, officials. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po ay i-report ko lang yung on the ground, yung ating mga local government units at mga opisina po ng DILG. Pero bago ko po mag-report, gusto ko lang pasalamatan ang mga masisipag na tao po rito sa Office of the Civil Defense. Ako yung saksi, no? Sa mga batang ito at of course sa Ndrrmc, no? Talagang napakaganda po. Dumarating ako rito 1:00 ng umaga, 2:00, dito sila talaga nagbi-briefing. Nagsimula po ito noong July 17, no? Ito yung isang low pressure area pa lang. Alam niyo ho, sa paghahanda, napaka-importante sa simula pa lang ay minomonitor mo na, no? Kaya ako'y talagang bilib na bilib sa mga empleyado po rito. Talaga yung monitoring, very accurate. Sumunod po nito ay dahil po rito ay nagkaroon tayo ng, meron po tayong Oplan Listo sa ating mga kababayan. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng Oplan Listo? Ito yung isang programa na nag-focus sa whole of the nation approach, no? Kung kaya meron tayong protocols, may mga checklist po yan. For the mayor, no? Merong minimal critical preparedness action na ginagawa for city, municipal, local government operations and mga chief of police hanggang baba. Depende po sa mangyayari. And so dahil dito, kung mapapansin nyo kanina, meron sila sinabing Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Ang ibig sabihin nito, kung Alpha ka, ikaw ay higit kumulang 1,100 kilometers radius magmula ron sa mata ng bagyo. Inuulit ko, 1,100. Yung Bravo, ikaw naman ay mas malapit. Ikaw ay mga 330 kilometers. No? At yung Charlie, ikaw ay 180. Napakalapit mo sa bagyo. Noong pong July 21, ay inatasan na po natin dahil nga sa close monitoring. Ayan po yung mga listo program. Hindi ko na isa-isa yan. Ganyang katindi po yan. No? Para alam mo, this is already for Charlie. Lahat po yan ng LGU ay may kopya at dapat sundin kagad nila ito. No? Bawat antas. Noong pong July 21 ay dahil dito po nga sa monitoring, inatasan ng DILG ang Region 1, 2, and 3, ang CAR 4A, 4B at 5 na i-activate kagad nila ang tinatawag natin Emergency Center. At DORMS, ano yung DORMS? Ito yung Disaster Online Reporting and Monitoring. Anong ibig sabihin ito? Ang ibig sabihin nito, ito yung sistema para makapag-report ang ating mga DILG officers, no, na mga magmula sa munisipyo on the ground. Ito yung buong Pilipinas. At kung meron man silang nakikitang pangangailangan ay sa LGU, buong Pilipinas, ay i-report po kaagad. No? At tapos nire-report naman po namin dito sa OCD. Sumunod po noong July 23, na-activate na rin po natin ang EOC at DORMS ng Region 7 at 8. No? At sumunod po, ayon na rin sa pag-asa, no? May mga lugar na dapat maapektuhan ng bagyo. Kung matatandaan po natin, noong July 21, nag-issue po si Secretary Rene Solidum, no, ng DOST. Anong sabi niya? Huwag natin pabayaan ang mga LGU sa gilid ng Mayon Volcano. Bakit daw? Dahil ang mga lugar na marami ng deposit ng volcanic debris na kapag nabuhusan ng maraming ulan ay posibleng maging lahar. No? So ayon itong sa advisory ni Secretary Solidum, tayo na rin ay nag-issue ng lahar advisory sa mga LGU ng Albay. Mga kasama, tulad ng sinabi ng pag-asa, yun nga, naging super typhoon ito at tama nga ang Northern Cagayan at Batanes at Ilocos, no? Nagbigay kagad tayo ng direktiba rito. Ngayon, tignan lang po natin, can we go to the Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie? So, ito po ang pinaka-latest. Ito as of 11 a.m., July 26, kanina pong alas 11. So, ito po ang mga probinsya, Laguna, Bulacan, Pangasinan, Bataan, Metro Manila, Cavite, Benguet, Quezon, Quirino, Nueva Ecija, Batangas, Pampanga, Nueva Vizcaya, Zambales, Ifugao, Tarlac, La Union, Aurora, Rizal, Mountain Province, Camarines Norte, ang under Alpha. No? Under Bravo, medyo malapit-lapit, ang Abra, Batanes, Kalinga, Ilocos Sur, at Isabela. At ang pinakamalapit ay ang Cagayan, Apayao, at ang Ilocos Norte. Ayun po yan. Ngayon, para makita ito, bibilisan ko lang, no? Maski mga ilang slides lang, para makita nyo kasi may mga susunod pang mga bagyo. No? So, itong lahat na protocols na ito ay ginawa na nila. Tingnan natin ang ilang probinsya, lalo na yung mga tatamaan. Tingnan natin sa Batanes kung anong ginawa ng Batanes. Next, please. Sige lang. Yung Batanes, pakita natin. So, yan yung mga protocols na pinapakita natin. Next. Yung Batanes lang. So, ipapakita namin ang ilang mga larawan na bago pa lamang dumating ang bagyo. Yan, kamukha po yan. Ito yung sa bandang Batanes. Sige, next. Next. Mabilis lang, Batanes yan. Wala pa yung bagyo. Malayo pa dahil nga sa ng pag-asa, sa OCD, sa pagtutulungan sa monitoring, naghahanda na po ang ating mga local government officials from the governor down the line to the barangays. Sige lang, bilisan mo lang, marami yan. Sige lang, yan mga ginagawa nila. Next. Tingnan natin sa Cagayan. Sa Cagayan, ganyan rin. Kita yung si Governor Mamba. Kanya na kagad piniside ang provincial disaster risk. No? Next. Sige lang, bilisan mo lang. Yan. Ganyan po ang ginagawa sa Cagayan. Sa Ilocos Sur, ganun din po. No? So, malayo pa. This is already July 22. No? Ganyan na po ginagawa. La Union, ganun din. Sige lang. Pangasinan, ganyan din. Nueva Vizcaya, ganyan. Isabela, no? Halos lahat ng norte. Abra, sige lang. Apayao, Aurora. In short, sa ating mga kabayan, sige lang, dire-diretso mo lang, makikita nyo through these pictures na down the ground, from the Ndrrmc to the OCD, down the ground to the very grassroots, nakikiisa ang ating mga local government unit. Hindi lang ngayon, sa mga susunod pa pong mga low pressure area hanggang maging bagyo ito. Ito lang po ang i-report namin. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chairman.
Maraming salamat po, Secretary Abalos, ang ating Vice Chairperson, sa maagang pagbibigay ng mga karampatang mga issuances at pagsusupervise sa paghahanda po ng ating o pagtutulong sa ating mga local government units upang makahanda po kaagad. Ngayon naman po, pakinggan natin si ASEC Marlon Alagaw sa DSWD po dahil linggo pa lang ho, ka-partner na ho namin. Matagal na ho, ka-partner na namin siya sa pagpapadala ng mga goods, no? In coordination with the Armed Forces of the Philippines sa malalayong lugar. So, ASEC Marlon, please.
Chair Sec Gilbert Chudora, Vice Chair Sec Benjamin Abalos, members of the task force, good afternoon everyone. Mapagpalang maulan na hapon sa inyo lahat. DSWD will be reporting on the disaster response operations update, the effects of the southwest monsoon and super typhoon Egay as of today ng 8 a.m. Is the slide? Please. For everybody to see the slides. Nino-load lang, Mr. Chair, yung slides. All right, thank you to the technical team. So let's proceed to the second slide, please. Okay, a total of 93,109 families or 309,909 persons are affected in 460 barangays in regions 1, 2, 3, Calabarzon, Mimaropa 5, 6, 7, 12, and CAR. As you can see on the table presented below, I'll just focus on the regions. Sa Region 1, there is 32 barangays that were affected. Total of 11,189. For Region 2, we have 97 barangays. Total of 4,323 persons. For Region 3, that is 87 barangays. That is 221,269. As you can see, bakit marami dito? Because as what has been reported kanina, talagang dito po major tumama ang bagyo, which is Region 1, Region 3, and CAR. Then, next slide please. I'll be focusing again sa, ito naman po, continuation lang ng mga affected families and persons. Mimaropa, that is 18 barangays and 2,136 persons. Region 5, 32 barangays, 1,656 persons. Region 6, that is 105, that's 31,771. Region 7, that's 16 barangays.